to the Sweet Owen Hub, a recovery community center in Owen County.
Today on the Ripple Effect podcast, we will be talking about Kentucky's opioid story. This will be segment 1, the match that lit the fire.
Sounds hot.
It's going to be a hot one.
Well, I have a lot of knowledge about it, but there's always something new to learn when it comes to the opioid epidemic. So, what do you know about it so far? Like, what do you know?
It's bad.
It's real bad.
It's real bad, and we need to help. We need to help.
But, you know, it's one thing to like hear about it and know about it and like see it on the news or even hear somebody say, oh yeah, we received opioid abatement money. But what's it mean? Because a lot of people are almost too embarrassed to ask, what even is it? How do you even say opioid? Some people don't even know that. So let's get that out of the way. Say it with me, P-oid, opioid.
Opioid. We could make a song.
We could. Little kids could clap to it. But
OPP.
So an opioid, it's a drug, a completely helpful drug that was, opioids have been around for centuries. It's not a new thing. We can't blame one particular family for that. But the match that lit the fire, that is what we're talking about today. So this is segment 1. The stark reality is that Kentucky wasn't just hit with the opioid epidemic. We were ground zero. We all learned that term in 2001. Ground zero existed here in Kentucky for the epidemic. Back in 1996, the Sackler family, I wanted to make sure everybody knows how to spell that, Sackler. Sackler. That's how you say it, and that's how you spell it. You can look them up. They are Purdue Pharma. They are the pharmaceutical company, and it happens to be a family. That's not even normal usually. Usually a pharmaceutical company is made up of lots of different professionals, but this was a special case because they're special people. And in 1996, the Sackler family's pharmaceutical company named Purdue Pharma launched OxyContin, not Oxycontin. Contin.
There's no cotton in it.
No. But OxyContin in 1996. So that was years before our producer was born. I was in the 6th grade. You were in the 9th grade.
High schooler.
In 1996. So I am referring to notes because I want to make sure I get it correct. I don't want to give any false information, and because sometimes I get really excited, and not excited in a good way. When I'm talking about this, I get kind of angry, and then I start going on and going off. So I want to make sure. That's why I'm looking at my notes here. So I'm going to go off of both of these. I'm going to give you the facts. The facts are that there was a lie told by the villain, the Sacklers, Purdue Pharma. There was a lie told to doctors about this miracle drug, OxyContin. It doesn't matter how you say it. But there was a lie saying that, hey, this is a time-released coating on this pain medication. It's virtually non-addictive. You can give it to your patients. You don't have to worry about them becoming addicted. And if I was a pharmaceutical company and you were a doctor and I said that to you, what would you say?
Give me more.
Give me more. On top of that, I wasn't telling any old doctor this. I was telling a doctor in the Appalachian region in Kentucky, West Virginia, and on up and down both parts of the Appalachian Mountains. So what why would I want to go to the Appalachian Mountains? First of all, me as if I was a person from the city, I've always heard, you know, stories about the Appalachian Mountains. I wouldn't want to go there because, you may never return. Why would they be attracted to that? I'll tell you why. Because the sales reps, I'm going to read this, specifically targeted economically distressed areas, the coal country, and Appalachian communities where physical labor intensive injuries were common. So they essentially weaponized the pseudo addiction and telling doctors, right? Not pseudo, pseudo addiction, telling doctors that if a patient showed signs of drug seeking or seeking more drugs, that wasn't them being addicted. It was just meant that they needed a higher dose. Doctor said, you know what?
Okay.
You got a point. That's a good idea. So they targeted the Appalachian areas because they said, hey, you know what? We know those people over there are prone to they are high rates of smoking. So high rates of smoking equals addictive behavior. So there is evidence in later segments. I wish I could skip ahead, but I can't. I really want to and tell you how they found this. But
You'll have to wait.
you'll have to wait, and I'll have to wait. And that's harder than you waiting. But the strategy was this: let's blame the victim. Richard Sackler, I think he probably had like a nickname shorter for Richard. I can't think of the name of it though. But
Ricky.
that's what it was. Sorry, spent. Sackler, he wrote that they needed to hammer on the abusers and call them culprits. So that is really what he had told these doctors. Hey, these people are just drug seeking. You need to make sure they give them a higher dose because they need a higher dose, but it's not because the drug is addictive. It's only because that person just needs a higher dose. No explanation.
Higher tolerance.
Higher tolerance.
Those Eastern Kentucky folks have a high tolerance.
Yeah, blame them. They're addicts, junkies.
Dumb.
Yeah, that's not us saying that. That's Richard. Once again, can't think of the shorter nickname for Mr. Sackler. But the loophole was used non-debtor releases in bankruptcy, and he shielded his personal billions from lawsuits while Purdue took the fall. So essentially, here's a spoiler alert. Mr. Sackler made it to where he couldn't get sued, but the pharmaceutical company could. So he didn't have money taken out of his pocket, just the company. But anyway, that's skipping ahead. I'm sorry.
Have you heard of Tyler Childers?
Yeah.
He has a song about pill mills.
What is the name of the song?
Nose to the grindstone.
Keep your nose on the grindstone, out of the pills.
I have heard it. I do know it.
We'll play it.
Pretty much by heart.
He should probably come on and talk to us because he has a lot of knowledge about growing up there and watching it happen.
Yeah.
Could you imagine living there? I mean, it's bad enough that we have to watch it with people here.
Right. We know people. We know lots of people. We love lots of people, but they're more scattered about. In Eastern Kentucky, it was nearly every person they ran into. And Tyler Childers does have that lived experience with those people addicted right there in his household. So
he should come on up.
Keep your nose to the grindstone
and out of the pills.
I was being facetious. I do know the song. That's actually my first Childers song I ever heard. So anyway, thank you, Tyler, for being very vulnerable, writing that song, sharing it. There is a reason why you are so popular, and it's because you are open about your real life.
Sorry, it's my dad calling.
In 95, 96, the FDA approved and launched OxyContin in December of 95. So we can call it pretty much 96. Purdue Pharma launched it in 96. FDA allows a highly unusual package insert claiming, so like the little fold up things that I'm sure everyone reads in pills or your medication when you get it. It claims that delayed absorption is believed to reduce the abuse liability of a drug. In other words, the coating on the outside of this pill, it makes it time released. And so you won't get addicted because it gives you a little bit at a time. This is another.
So you stay high all day?
Yeah, that's what they should have said. You're going to be really messed up
All day.
all day long. Only it was actually a joke because you're only your people weren't seeking this to get high. They were seeking it because of pain relief. People who were in coal mines, spoiler alert, coal is what keeps
The lights on.
So if you have electricity right now, think a coal miner. If, right?
I don't like watching her do this with you. I feel like it should be me.
Why?
She's jealous.
Oh. She's going to cry. So anyway, the FDA allows a highly unusual. Here's the question. Why did the FDA allow these people to put this disclaimer in the package? They didn't let any other pharmaceutical company do this.
We may never know. Don't ask Dave.
Hawkins? Oh, does he have opinions?
He's a conspiracy theorist.
Thirst.
And he does meetings on computers.
Oh, a computer guy. Well, there is a professional that we'll be mentioning in later segments. I will give you his name now. His name is Mike Hugo. I love you, Mike. He is from Massachusetts and he has the best accent ever. But he's one of the superheroes of this story, and we'll get into that later. But
Today?
no.
Oh, okay.
But this segment is really just to kind of lay out what the other segments are going to be. Today is just a little version of the pharmaceutical company, where OxyContin came from, why it was even invented. But I can't get into that too much because what Mike Hugo and his team and lots of other professionals uncovered was a big, disgusting truth as to why Kentucky was ground zero. And that's in a later segment. I will tell you what an opioid is. I'm getting this straight from the National Institute on Drug Abuse, NIDA. Many of you are probably familiar with it.
You know her?
Mm-hmm. Nita Faye. Opioids are a class of natural, semi-synthetic, meaning a little bit of real, a little bit of not, and synthetic drugs that block pain signals in the brain. They are prescribed for severe pain, coughing, because those are the same thing, and diarrhea. But who'd have thought? No, you can't have any. But they do carry a high risk of addiction and overdose. The category includes legal painkillers and illegal street drugs. How in the world can a legal painkiller and an illegal street drug be classified in the same thing? Also in a later segment. But this is a little
So many.
spoiler alerts and
What cliffhangers?
It's
right?
cliff or clip?
Pam?
Just real quick, what an opioid is, it includes morphine.
You just
Sorry.
told us.
Here's what it is. It includes morphine, codeine, oxycodone. And here's what oxycodone is now. It's OxyContin and Percocet. Oxycontin, though, is, you won't find it. And hydrocodone, which is Vicodin. Your granny probably took that. So synthetic opioids manufactured in a lab, such as fentanyl. Don't let fentanyl scare you. Fentanyl is actually a very helpful tool in a professional setting, like a hospital, not an alley.
Mm-mm.
Fentanyl is highly potent and is frequently mixed into illegal drugs. Also, another spoiler alert, What's mixed into illegal drugs now is not actually fentanyl. It's
Wannabe.
a pseudo. And illegal drugs, heroin is a dangerous, illicitly produced opioid derived from morphine. So, how they work, pain relief opioids, they bind to a specific receptor in your central nervous system, and they basically convince your brain you're not in pain. Creates euphoria. It has immediate side effects, and it also has a huge risk of overdose. So, opioids, when used properly and in a professional setting, and I hate to even say as prescribed, but yes, as prescribed, because I believe that everyone has hopefully learned their lesson in a small way. They are safe to use. Obviously, people are going to take a good thing and turn it into something bad. That's just
That's just life.
that's just human beings, sinful nature. But there is a risk of addiction, and they are telling us. So this is from Medline Plus, a government website. They're telling us this now because we've learned. But we had to learn the hard way through the people of Appalachia. So I'm just giving you a little context on what opioids are and what you may not have realized they are. Like heroin is an opioid. Methamphetamine is not an opioid. It's bad, but it's not an opioid. Fentanyl, opioid. I just saw the dog and his ear was flapped over. It was funny. But we will get into more on what they do in your body and why it causes an overdose in other episodes. And I know that was a big jumbled mess right now, but if you just hang on,
Stick with us.
this is going to be like one of those movies where you're like, where is this movie going? It's terrible. And at the end, you're like, oh my gosh, it's all just coming together. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh. And you're going to have a newfound feeling for the Sackler, Sackler family, Purdue Pharma, and anybody else between us and them. But do you have any questions? Comments? Concerns?
Well, no. I don't think so. I just hope that Mike Cobb likes this one.
He will. He will.
I think he will.
I think because Mike obviously appreciates coal miners.
Obviously.
East Kentucky Power is where Owen Electric gets their power. So,
And he's a good Christian boy. He
doesn't
wants the best for people.
He does. And he has seen in his community and the communities he serves as CEO of Owen Electric Cooperative the ill
Sponsor.
the ill effects of this epidemic, and he cares. And so I know that you as a viewer care too, because we should all care. If you don't feel like that you have ever been affected by the opioid epidemic,
You're wrong.
you have been under a rock, or I want to take your hand. Put your hand in my hand right now. Okay, my hand is on yours. You have. Call me. I will find a connection in 30 seconds. Lee will find it in 29. All we need is your eye color.
Yep.
And we will find you.
I do have a question.
Okay.
What would you tell people to do if they saw someone abusing drugs?
Well, first, I want to say this. When you say the words abusing drugs, the first, because I'm a visual learner or a visual thinker,
Or
people are thinking of a criminal dressed in all black with a backpack and walking. People who abuse drugs, or you feel might be, are you saying under the influence of
under the
opioids?
influence, or you have a feeling maybe they're not taking them correctly.
Over time, or you see an instance of somebody?
Either one.
So if I know you personally and all of a sudden your behavior has changed. Like you're snippy with me. Bear with me. You all don't know. Let's pretend you don't know any of us. Let's say that you have mood swings. You start behaviors like not coming to work or showing up late, asking for money or being out of money. You different your behavior changes, or somebody you're just like, what is up with them? And they're they're they're
Distant.
distant. I haven't heard from them.
Okay, what would you do?
Lindsay McNally, would walk up to that person and say, hey, we need to talk. There's something going on with you. And I love you and I care about you. But I've noticed these things. You want to know what I would not do? Is be like, oh, I'm sure they're fine. I'm just going to pretend like it doesn't happen. Because what happens is that problem never gets addressed. That person never hears anything like, I care about you, I'm worried about you. And their problem only gets worse. This doesn't have to be an opioid topic. This could be
Anything.
depression. You see somebody that's not themselves, ask them over for a meal or a cup of coffee or maybe water, because I shouldn't have any more coffee or caffeine today. But don't pretend like that problem doesn't exist, because it is a problem. It's a problem. And trust me, by the time you notice it as a problem, it's been a problem for a hot minute. And another thing, that person and another thing. That person wants you to ask. But when you talk to them, they're going to be ticked off.
So here's what I do.
Okay. Pretend I'm the person.
I would follow you around for days, gather information, and then I would give that information to you, and you would confront them.
Me. You'd give it to me, Lindsay.
Yes.
And I would say, okay.
Here's what we got. We saw you here. We saw you doing this. We saw you weren't doing this.
And
I would gather information, get all the facts.
Or even you said facts, and that's good. But even the hearsay stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody called and said, hey, I saw her down at such and such's house. And it's a house that they such and such shouldn't have been at. Write it down. It could be a lie. It could be they drove by and thought they saw that person. It doesn't matter, because it all can connect. The point we want to bring home is, you see something, you say something. What
I
else?
still love you, Doodle.
What else was I going to say?
We're just going to wait for segment 2.
Well, we wanted to say, that's what I was going to give you this. I don't know if it was a website or not. Yeah, sure. Very important. If you or someone you know, and I'm reading this from the SAMHSA website. You've heard this 1,000 times, but listen to me. If you or someone you know, and I'm not saying someone you love, I'm saying maybe someone you work with, you can't stand him, but you know there's something not right. Someone you know is struggling with any kind of addiction or behavior. You can find confidential support and treatment resources through the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration National Helpline, SAMHSA. Let me see what that number is. There's a phone number.
888. They can Google it. You go
Okay,
Google it.
SAMHSA. You will save a life. You may not even, here's another thing. Or if you notice someone in McDonald's who is odd behavior, nodding out, closing their eyes, very, what's this word? What's when I'm doing this? If I was exaggerated movements and it could just be a valley girl. Or it could be someone under the influence of drugs or alcohol. I do not care if you know them or not. call 911 because you may have, unbeknownst to you, saved her life, the people in the vehicle, the child maybe in the back seat. I don't know. This is just hypothetically speaking. I don't know. It's not a specific situation that I've encountered. Or think about this. Your new driver on the road, your son's 16 years old. You call the police on that girl at McDonald's because you're afraid she's under the influence. You could have just saved your kid's life. So
and guess what? If they're not under the influence,
so be it.
no harm done.
Yes. How's it go?
No harm, no foul.
No foul. Foul ball. So what could it hurt? If you see something that's not right, either walk up to them personally or say something to the police. And I'm not saying that person is a bad person or we should criminalize addiction because that's what's happened in this country. What I'm saying is that person needs help and you may be the only person who gives a care to help them. And sometimes help comes in really uncomfortable ways, and that help is calling the police. So, segment 1, we talked about what opioids are, what they are not, and where OxyContin came from. Purdue Pharma, look it up, in 1996. We're going to go from 96 to present day in the next several weeks.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
Only planned for 4 segments, but I am feeling a fire. The match
Has lit it.
that lit the fire. And so,
Well, it's time for the tip of the day. We have a tip of the day.
oh, look, she's offended.
Are you offended? I have a tip though that I've been wanting to get it off my
I won't give a
chest.
tip because this is Doodle's thing.
My tip. I said it last time, but it didn't record. Am I still recording? Okay. Let's be nice to people. That's my tip.
Yeah,
Just because you think it doesn't mean you need to say it.
that's true.
If you can't change it, don't say it. And
And I think you're referring to people in general. This doesn't have anything to do with the episode.
no, this is just in life.
In life in general. And
People are mean and they
Yeah.
need to be nice to everyone.
well, you know what? If you can't, what'd your granny say? If you can't say something nice,
Don't say
don't say
nothing,
nothing
at
at
all.
all.
So that's in life, in the world. Be nice to people.
My friend Kristen Glass said she had a high school teacher that whenever she would start to hear people talk about each other in class, she said the teacher would not even look up. She'd go, mind your own, mind your own. And I say it all the time.
People need to stay in their lane.
Stay in your lane because you never know what somebody else is going through. Let's say, real quick before we go, the person you want to complain about or be mean to, you have no idea the battle they're fighting at home, internally, at work, outside. You don't have any idea. So if you don't want to be nice to them, that's okay, but don't be not nice.
Don't be hateful.
Don't be hateful.
It's ugly.
So just move along with your life if you know, there's that.
Also, it's Elder Abuse Month, Awareness Month. So be extra nice to the elderly.
Yeah, like Joe Gilbert.
And Brian Jones.
He's not elderly, but he's close.
He's getting close.
He does have gray hairs.
And Doodle yells at him sometimes, telling
Doodle
him
was
not to
mean
eat
to
her
him.
food.
I think I saw her slap his hand the other day. And he was just trying to get some crackers or something. She tripped him. I don't know. So next week, we're going to talk about the massive sales force with Purdue Pharma, what they did, where they went, who they targeted, and what conversations were being had. So,
All right. Bye.
bye.
She's
Bye.
shutting us down.
See ya.